formed from a convergent boundary, divergent boundary, or transform. Okay, one more minute. If you guys would, I need your green credit cards out from yesterday so that I can just double check for ILD today. Share with our shoulder partners what our best guess was. Let's have the person with the shortest hair share first, then the person with the longest hair. Go.
While some plates crash together, others tear apart. It happens under the ocean, like here, in the middle of the Atlantic. Lava erupts at the boundary between two crustal plates, sealing the tear. This is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a 10,000-mile tear on the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. The ridge is a line of underwater volcanoes, and it's here that new oceanic crust is formed. It stretches from the South Atlantic all the way to Iceland in the north, where it rises above sea level. From the air, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge is an awesome sight. This dramatic scar in the landscape marks the boundary between the North American crustal plate on the left side and the European plate on the right. The gap between ocean plates is filling in at a rate of an inch a year. Part of the restless movement of the Earth's crust that's reshaping our world.
Pretty cool, huh? All right. So, let's go over objectives for today. Today, you guys are going to summarize landforms and activities that result from plate boundary movements by creating a tri-chart. You're also going to predict the cause of a landform by completing a quick write, which is what we just did. Agenda. We did our quick write. We're going to review with whiteboards next. Then we have a reading, and we're going to do some tri-chart notes. We have some questions we'll complete, and then we'll wrap up today with belief statements. Expectations. Volunteer daily by raising your hand. Work cooperatively with your partner to ensure that both of you are successful with the activities today. Academically, attempt a challenge question in your journal. Remember, that's over there by our new vocabulary words. And reread the text to check your answers today on those questions. All right, are you ready for a review? Let's start our review by going over our hand signals. So, I want you to show me convergent. There we go. So convergent plate boundaries come together, they collide. Show me divergent. All right, so those move away. Show me transform. There you go. Good. All right, are you ready to race? Show me divergent. Show me convergent. Show me transform. Show me divergent. Show me transform. Convergent. Subduction. Ooh. Remember subduction? So you've got converging plates. One of them is pushed down below the other. Remember, often when you've got basalt, which is this mostly oceanic or continental crust? Good, oceanic crust. And then you've got granite, which is composed mostly, we have our continental crust. So when these collide, which one's more dense and going to get pushed down? Basalt, very good. So this one gets pushed down and it subducts below the other one. All right, nice job, guys. Okay, are you ready for your questions? You got your readings from yesterday? All right, let's go. What are the places where plates meet called? Make sure you read the question carefully. Is it asking you about any type of movement? It's just asking you, what's it called where two plates meet? me transform. Show me divergent. Convergent. Show me mountain building.
Oh.
So they're converging and then they fold up. Remember that video we saw where the rug pushed against the door and it folds up? Okay, good. All right, we're gonna go through this reading and we'll use a lot of different strategies today. Have your highlighters ready. Okay, you got your highlighters ready? I'll read you the first paragraph if you will track along with me. The earth, just like a middle schooler sitting at his desk all afternoon, is restless. Even though we think of the earth as solid and steady under our feet, it is actually moving and shifting all the time. The scientific study of this earth movement is called plate tectonics. A plate is just a huge slab of rock, and tectonics comes from an old Greek word meaning to build. So plate tectonics is a theory that explains how Earth's surface is built up from rocky plates which are moving. Let's read the next paragraph out loud all together. Ready? Go. This theory is fairly new. It began in the 1960s, but even before that, scientists had the idea that the Earth was always shifting. In 1912, Alfred Wegener came up with a theory called continental drift, which stated that maybe the 7 continents sort of floated around on Earth. Way back in 1596, a Dutch map maker named Abraham Montelius noticed that it looked like America had been torn away from Europe and Africa. Scientists thought that at one time, all of the continents might have just been one huge continent. They called it the supercontinent and named it Pangaea. It may have existed around 225 million years ago. If you take the world map and cut out the continents, you can try to piece them together like a puzzle to make Pangaea. All right, good. Next paragraph, can I get a volunteer? Marco, go ahead.
Scientists have learned much more about these new plates since the 1960s by studying about centuries where the plates bump together. Since many of these solar have been used to
Wait, you skipped one. Since many of these boundaries.
under the ocean, they use modern technology to search for clues. Sonar has been used to find out how deep the ocean is in various areas. They currently have mapped all boundaries of plates and shown how they change over time. Magnetic strips on the ocean floor have been discovered by science using
Magnometers. Magnet. Even I'm pronouncing that wrong. Magnetometers. There we go. All right, volunteer for the next paragraph. Raul, go ahead.
Big discovery was the mid-ocean ridge. The mid-ocean ridge is a huge underwater mountain chain that zigzags around some of the continents and circles much of the Earth. The mid-ocean ridge has been built up from magma that pushed up from the north poles. At the same time, the magma is pushed up and causing the sea floor to spread in some sections. In other places, the sea floor is removed despite receding down inside and the floor of trenches.
Nice job. Thank you to our volunteers. Okay, so what we're focusing on today is resulting landforms. So I'm going to get on the doc cam here. What we just read here, and you guys can kind of follow along a bit, we just read about the mid-ocean ridge in paragraph 4. Notice that the paragraph numbers are here so we can easily find them.
Yes.
So it talked about the mid-ocean ridge, and that was the same as the picture I showed you in the beginning of class for your do now. I want to highlight this sentence here. It's the third one. The mid-ocean ridge has been built up from magma that pushes up from below. All right, just like we're doing a tutorial, I'm going to talk to the text a little bit because I remember I'm going to make a connection here to what type of plate boundary movement it's talking about. What type is that? Good, it is divergent. So that's a divergent boundary right there. All right. Now it also talks about another thing that happens, the seafloor spreading. So I'm going to highlight that as well. All right, let's read the next section out loud together. Ready? Go. A part of the mid-ocean ridge, called the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, goes right through the middle of Iceland. It causes big splits called fissures, lots of volcanoes, and lava fountains. Whoa, did you guys notice that? It goes right through Iceland. Can you imagine living there? Can you imagine if Phoenix, we had a divergent boundary, and one half of Phoenix was going one way, and the other half was going the other way? I don't know, which side would you like to be on?
I like to be on the family side.
The family side, right? Can you imagine that? Splitting it, and all of a sudden, you have to have really long legs, right? Stand on one side, on the other. This is happening in Iceland. Josh.
Isn't that where Alfred Wegener died?
He died in Greenland. Yeah. Okay. Good deal, guys. Next paragraph. Can I get a volunteer to read that? Nathaniel, go ahead. Good. Okay. Next sentence, let's read that out loud together. Ready? Go. Plates can also move toward each other. Then they are called convergent plates. Sometimes they crash together. Sometimes one plate slowly slides under the other. Slowly slides under the other. What's that called? Subduction. Good. All right, last two paragraphs I want you to read silently on your own. Go. Okay, now, looking back at the last couple of paragraphs on this page where you just read, can you find any resulting activity that happens because of transform boundaries? See if you and your partner can highlight one thing that happens as a result of the transform boundary. Okay, what'd you guys find? plate boundary movement. So in our journals, go ahead and create a tri-chart in your journal. We need to label it. All right. Okay, so like Lorena said, we can have a fault that results from a transform boundary. I'll give you another 30 seconds to finish your tri-chart in your journal. Jonathan's ready to go. Juan's ready to go. Okay, so we got fault. The picture I showed you in the beginning of class, what was that again? Somebody raise their hand. What was that called though? You know it's going to go in this column. What's it called, Nathaniel? Mid-Ocean Ridge. Good. So here I'm going to write Mid-Ocean Ridge. And that occurs when that magma comes up and it makes like a mountain range on the ocean floor and it's pushing those plates apart. Martha?
Why is mid-ocean ridge?
I don't know. I don't know why they named it that. Probably mid means what to you guys?
Middle.
Okay, middle, ocean, and a ridge is kind of like a building up of land. That's my best guess. Huh? We should Google? We should Google. All right, so, okay. Where would subduction go?
Conversion.
Good. So now, using the two texts from today and yesterday, go back through and see how many you can find for each column. You're not going to find too many for the transform column, so don't get frustrated there, but you'll find a lot of resulting landforms for convergent and divergent. I want you to work with your partner to see how many you guys can find. And I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back together and we're going to share out.